We about to go live on YouTube, live on Facebook. Alright. Hey, we're gonna go viral question of the day. I'm about to run our commercial first though.
Okay, cool.
Every time I come in the press room, you in the press room. Working on our Stars Hottronic heat press. Using all the vinyl. Making all the picture tees. I like vinyl.
I'm about to just load these boxes up. I'm not sure about it.
Man, you gotta be a crazy little brother to get fired on your day off. What you get caught stealing boxes for?
Man, I didn't get caught stealing no boxes. He said he caught me though.
You get our rent paid.
Why don't you go in there and ask the girls real fast to see if they help us pay our rent?
That don't sound like a bad plan at all.
What's up, Pops? What's up, Smokey? I'm trying to set up a meeting with the girls, man.
Okay.
Y'all wanna help me and Craig pay our rent?
Craig still owe me money from the last time he got me. He gotta learn a lesson. He shouldn't be stealing. Go ask him to tell that girl from last night to give him some money.
What they say? They said it's slow for real.
I'm about to just ask boss when we get our job that night.
Of course you can.
Yeah.
And, y'all actually won an award, the Boss Mag 2009 Ohio Hip Hop Award. Y'all won for that media outlet thing.
Man, I don't even know.
Like y'all won. He didn't even know he won it.
What'd you say? Who was it?
You won the Boss Magazine 2009 Ohio Hip Hop Award. Congratulations.
That's legendary.
Oh man, Stack and SMED with me today.
What's up with it, you guys, man? Welcome to the Legendary People Podcast, man. I'm SMED. Y'all, make sure you go to our YouTube channel, like, subscribe, ring the bell notification. It's spelled exactly how it is right underneath me, the Legendary People Podcast. Like, subscribe, and comment throughout the course of the show. We'll make sure that we will read all the comments. And if you have a question, if you got a disagreement or any type of thing, just drop your comment in the comment section, and then we'll be sure to address your question or your concern. We want to say what's up to our sponsor, Sheiks for Breakfast. They got the best breakfast in the city. Agnes All Natural Grill for lunch. If you ever get injured, call attorney Michael Wright. When you want to get lit a little bit, get you some good old Kiara wine. And the shoparea.com is like the baby Amazon. Delivery is always free. From the store to your door in 4 business days. We're at T-Shirt Kings, t-shirtkings247.com. Gold for your mouth and gold for your mouth in the metaverse. Camera King Studios, and my brother Peanut Johnson teach you how to get money from investing your money the right way. Sell stocks not dope every Sunday on the Dash Resource Channel on YouTube.
Yes.
Every Sunday at 8 p.m. So make sure that you guys tap in. T-Shirt Kings, man, we got the super summer sale going. 50 shirts for $250. Spend $5 for a shirt. Flip it, sell it for 10, or you can quadruple it and sell it for 20. It's all on you. All right, so without further ado, my brother Peanut Johnson, over to you, bro.
Thank you, bro. Bro, you definitely bodied that intro yet again, bro. But what I want to say is, please make sure you go to my YouTube channel. I literally show people how to get it out the mud. I literally went over exactly how you can start for free, how you can start to purchase stocks. I literally showed you how you can be working check to check, get enough money to where, you know, through a certain account, and once you do that, you can get $500 to invest out of your credit limit. So things like that, I teach you easy little ways and strategies where you can get into the stock market and make some easy plays. But it ain't about me, right? We're here to talk about great causes, and you know what I mean? We here to talk great causes and great bosses. So without further ado, I got my man Donald Dominic, man. How you doing today, bro?
Good, brother. Pleased to meet you.
Pleased to meet you too. Yet again, right?
Yes,
right
sir.
again. So you want to interview? I mean, you want to tell us who all are here with you to the viewing public as well?
Yeah. On my right here is Liz Early. She's the founder of an organization called Early Visions. And on the end here is Catherine Swain, and she's the founder of an organization called Sister Baby Solutions.
Okay, cool. So, but before we get started, I want to ask y'all the viral question, which is, yesterday, we definitely went viral yesterday, so we want to ask you the same question, which is a very, very hot topic about the overturn of the abortion rule. So, yeah, we'll start with the ladies first.
Go ahead.
What is your take on?
Well, my take on the Roe versus Wade is that I think it was a tragedy, right? Because they've taken away the rights of a woman's right to to abort. We don't know the situation. We don't know if once we have these children, right? If a parent doesn't want these children, then where are they going to go, right? How are we going to support all these unwanted children? Because that's the reason when the abortions are happening. It's because parents or some people are not ready and prepared, whether it's financially, mentally, emotionally, whatever their situation is. So it was really a tragedy. I think that it's a sad mistake that we have a Supreme Court that has the right to tell us what to do with our bodies, right? It's just unfathomable, and I just, totally against
Where
it.
should an unwanted child go? To
Well,
the grave?
Say that again.
Should an unwanted child go to the grave?
Well, when we talk about abortions, right, it's a matter of trimester. How far is that child along before it's considered an actual fetus, right? So when we talk about the fetus, then once again, we're talking about, heart, hands, feet, and everything. So what does
7 weeks.
Well, in that case,
You get the hands, heart, and legs, limbs
right,
after about 7 weeks.
right.
Now, abortions are allowed up to 24 weeks, which is 6 months.
And I totally agree. And once again, I will say to that is that basically it's still the woman's right to choose, right, whether or not she's going to choose to have that child or not. This is the bigger question would be if a parent has a child and they come in this world and they are abused sexually or neglected, right? And life isn't really what we guess we would consider worth living for that child. When we talk about abuse, when we
Who
talk
considers that?
ask,
Who considers that a life isn't worth living? Is nobody else's opinion to consider whether my life is worth living or not. That's not up for anybody else's damnation. So let's just say that we go to the DeSoto Bass and we say, man, they poor as hell over there. They ain't gonna never be shit. There's generations on generations of people over there who ain't gonna never make it out of poverty. As a matter of fact, they contribute in all of this violence. Look at their neighborhood. It's dirty. They don't give a damn about nothing. Burn all this shit down.
right?
Is that our right to do that based on our opinion of what their quality of life is?
And no to that question, just like it is not the right for someone to tell a woman what she has the right to do with her body. It's
But what
just
about
that
the baby's
simple.
body inside her body?
I think that's it's a complicated issue because my take on it is that regardless of whether I feel for or against abortion, right? The higher issue is about rights and freedoms in America.
That's where I was going.
And being a constitutionalist as the leader of the Black Panthers, like it's my responsibility to hold up the rights and freedoms. So even if, as a Christian person, I have issues with abortion, right? But in America, in order for us to maintain those freedoms and those liberties, which include religion and other things, right? It's unfortunate. Abortion is an unfortunate consequence of us living in a free nation. You know what I'm saying? And it's unfortunate that people choose to abort babies, right? But the higher issue is the protection of your rights, right? We have the right to do a lot of things in America that we don't agree with, right?
Yes.
The Ku Klux Klan has the right of freedom of speech, right?
Yes.
We don't like what they saying, right? But we know that if they take away their right, then they take
We
away
next.
our right.
Right.
So that's an unfortunate consequence. The abortion is and I tell people all the time, is it doesn't really have to be an issue if you look at it like that, right? And if you believe in the sanctity of life, right, then instead of trying to force somebody to go along with your agenda, then work through your church, right, in order to convince people of the way you believe. Because in the scripture, right, and God didn't force anything. He said, choose this day who you'll serve, right? So he gave us a choice, and that's the only real freedom we have, right?
That's a great
The
point.
only real freedom we have is the freedom to choose, and to take that away from us. If the government starts saying, taking away our freedoms, then eventually they're gonna tell us how to worship,
Exactly.
right?
It's
But-
scary.
So,
It's scary, right?
I wanted to get your take on that as well.
I just think it's really scary. I come from a different time. I come from the time I grew up when Roe versus Wade was introduced.
Right.
Right.
I came from a time where girls in the colleges were giving themselves self-abortions, doing all these things and dying.
Wow.
I think it's something else going on besides just abortion.
Right.
What our government really want us to do, and what are they going to take from us next?
Yeah. Perfect point.
I'm afraid of when they say you can't do this, you can't do that.
Exactly.
So next, what's going to happen with our ability to choose and our rights?
Right.
I'm sort of in the middle of
Yeah.
what really, because I don't like the idea of abortions, but that's not my choice.
Right.
I don't have that choice to infringe on you for your life choices. But then we are talking about an infant here. We do know in this community and in this world right now that population is going down.
Yes.
So is this going to be some type of population control? When the woman stated that white rights,
Yeah.
when she meant to say something else, is that what she really meant?
Right.
Are the other side is trying to bring up the population,
Yes.
having abortion, getting rid of certain populations, and then the health issues, you know. So I really don't understand what our government is really trying to do and what's actually behind it.
So that's an interesting take, because right after that happened, of course, I went and did my due diligence to try to find out that exact question. Like the enigma to me is always, why do they do certain things? Because a lot of times it's never. We will look at one small speck of paint, not knowing it is this one big, beautiful painting
That's right.
that like they make. Sometimes that beautiful painting is a beautiful painting. Sometimes it's terrible to look at. And then when you see somebody who, like Senator John Cornyn, on the doorstep of them getting this already passed, his very next tweet. This is a senator,
Right.
right?
Yes.
This is a senator.
Yep.
He tweets, now do Plessy versus Ferguson, right?
Right.
And Brown versus Board of Education. This is what happens on the doorstep of that. So
What is Brown versus Board of Education?
So that is where basically we had segregation, where black kids could not go to school with white kids.
Separate. but
And
equal.
okay, so this will roll right into the Black Panther conversation. Like, why do you feel like you got to go to school and be educated by people who don't want to educate you? What benefit is it for you to press forward and say, you gonna teach me, you gonna miseducate me, you gonna teach me all your bullshit lies about fucked up history and hide all the scandalous shit that you done. You gonna teach my kids all that shit.
Right.
Like, when do you understand that these things are a blessing for you? Like, the Most High is unveiling blessings for us, and he's doing it through whatever means or tools that he wants to. But to not have abortions is a blessing. It is. We got all kind of freedom. You ain't free to do everything you want to do now. Come on.
That's right.
You ain't gonna walk in no damn bank and just rob that motherfucker and say, oh, this is my freedom being taken away from me to rob a bank. Oh, I can't go shoot a nigga because he done talk to my woman. You're not free to do everything. It's all kind of choices that you cannot make, or it's against the law. A fucked up law at that.
Right.
But let's be real. Stop feeling like you can do anything and everything you want to, because you can't. And you can't sell none of your organs. You can't choose what to do with your body.
Right.
You can't damn near even get your organs and give them away after you die. You ain't even allowed to commit suicide. Because if you do, your life insurance policy will be canceled.
That's
okay?
right.
So, and another thing, with your body, can you just put illegal drugs in that mug? No. It's your choice. It's your body. You still ain't allowed to do it. So there's a lot of things that we cannot do with our bodies. You ain't even allowed to have an illegal abortion. Is it legal for you just to rip a baby out of you your own self without going to a doctor before it was illegal?
Right.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah.
So my point is, listen, the Most High is helping us get our own shit together and live for ourselves. We don't need no board of education. We can set up our own schools. We can do for ourselves, and we can be self-sufficient
Let me answer
without that.
Let me answer that, because this goes back to what Early Vision Purpose Center is really all about. Now, I bought the first black YWCA that was established in 1889 in Dayton, Ohio.
Let's go.
These were educated women that were about the community.
Yeah.
We are still benefiting from the things that these women sought out to do in the 1800s. And a lot of people, we just don't know our history and know how powerful we are. I'm powerful when I can sit across from a Black Panther. During the time, I pulled the wagon for the Black Panthers. I never was a part of the organization. But what these women did, and they said they were going to do, is educate our children regardless.
Right.
And that's what they did. They made sure that we had the bookmobile coming in our community.
Yes.
They made sure that we had libraries that benefit our community, books that we can understand, that we can relate to.
Right.
It is important that education is provided for our community, but it's important that we provide our own education.
Thank you.
Because we are being misled. We do not know, what our government is actually planning against us.
And I want to do a part B to that as well. Is I understand exactly what SMED is saying when it comes to that, but my thing is it all comes down to rights. And I'm not talking about abortion at this part of the discussion. I'm talking about just rights being taken. Right?
Exactly.
We've made these strides for a reason. These are things my grandmother fought for.
Exactly.
These are things my great grandmother fought for. These are things that our parents fought for.
And died for.
Right. And then for them to take that, I'm not saying that that's the thing that it don't benefit me no way, no how. I'm a father, take care of my kids. I have no issue with it at all.
Right.
But what I'm saying is when you have these people in power that literally have the balls to tweet right after this happened, let's reverse this thing where it was a lynching.
That's
Right.
Caused this Ferguson versus Plessy issue.
Yeah.
Right.
But wait, the reason why I care is because the moment it happens to me, it's too late for me to do something when it happens to me. You don't have to be directly affected by something to give a fuck about it.
But I think they're trying to go back to a time where they had control.
Yes.
That's why they
That's
take
it.
when we didn't have
That's
no rights, right? They had more control over us
Exactly.
than they do now. But I think it's a higher issue, man. It's a spiritual issue.
Yeah.
We got to look at it from the standpoint. And I understand
That's
what
how I
you're saying,
feel.
Smith, but I think on the education piece, right? Now we have access to a lot more information that we had than we had when black folks came off the plantation.
Correct.
Carter G. Woodson in his book, The Miseducation of the Negro, he talks about how during Reconstruction, black people was going to those white institutions. They were sending them to them white institutions to get master's degrees and get PhDs, right? But nothing that they was learning was relevant to their own life, right?
Right.
They were getting these degrees to go and work in white companies where they had no power at, right? And on the other hand, those Jews and folks was coming over from Europe, and they were starting fruit stands and laundromats and stuff that eventually became grocery stores, and they accumulated wealth. With that wealth, they gained political power, right?
Yeah.
And all we learned to do was work for the white.
Exactly.
Right.
So now,
That's my
nowadays, we have access to a lot more. So we got brothers like y'all, man. Like the sister was saying when we came in here, man. We didn't see this kind of thing widespread when we was kids. Brothers that got their own business, that's making their own money. They didn't have to go to the white man's college to learn what y'all learning, man. Y'all throwing down up here, man. And that's really an inspiration for older brothers like me to see y'all grinding like. But we didn't have,
And for the young
we was
people,
learning what we had access to. All we had access to was those books that the white people provided for us.
And the books that have like your older cousin's name in the back of it. I mean, you feel like no books. So So it's like, for instance, like a nursing book.
Right.
A nurse book, even though the human body don't change much.
Right.
They gotta throw out the old books after, I think, less than 7 years.
Yes,
something along the lines of that.
Right.
So to me, I understand. Yes, we need our own. But we need to be properly equipped before we just disconnect from something. If you just kick your, I'm about to fully say why, right? Because if you just kick
I'm
your,
just telling you, you're equipped.
Look,
You're equipped. Though.
if you kick your son out at age 16,
He's equipped.
he is not fully equipped for the world.
How
Well,
ain't he?
He is not fully equipped for the world.
As a society.
Man,
okay?
yes,
As a
you
society,
are. Yes, you are.
as a
At 16 years old,
No.
bro.
Shit.
Man, my mother and my father
That is
died
you.
when
You
I
are
was
an anomaly.
11 o'clock.
That you- that is you.
When
You
I
are
was
an
when I was
anomaly.
11 years old, my mother and my father died.
Yes, you are
Both
an
of them.
anomaly. I understand
I'm not
that.
no anomaly. My
Yes, you
grandfather.
are.
My grandfather
Look
left
at
the
statistics then. Look
But-
at statistics.
Hold on.
The
But
average
Peanut-
person kicked out that age. What happens to them?
I'm just gonna let you talk. And then
Yeah,
I
can you
want
cut
my
me
own
off in the
turn.
middle of my
But
point?
to Peanut's point, right? As a society, right? The Black Panthers talked about revolution in the 60s, right? Overthrowing the white government, right?
Yeah.
And replacing it with what, right? We still gonna be if we separated ourselves from the white man right now, we would still have a problem.
Yes.
Right.
Who's going
Cut on the
conduct
lights.
who was going to do the water? I mean, all the stuff
Yeah.
that we depended on. So we had to be prepared in order to detach, even reparations, right?
Absolutely.
I asked
I
the
think that
question
we
the
can
other
do
night.
these things. We got
If they
engineers, we
gave
got
black
teachers, we
folks-
got everything that we need.
If they
in order
gave
to
us
be
all $1
self-sufficient.
million right now, right, in America, all the black folks in America, right, would we be better off? Or would Pookie and Ray and them open up the biggest drug operation this side of Mississippi? We still, Gil Scott-Heron said, are we foolish or naive to believe that money can solve all our problems?
Right.
We need some other
Exactly.
stuff, man.
But that's what I'm trying to tell you guys, that we have ingenuity, we have creativity, we have all the things and all the tools that you need in order to be successful if you believe in yourself and you go out and get these things done. Like wishful thinking and feeling like you're not equipped with something, that will be your mindset, and you won't even try. When I don't think I can get to the moon, so I'm not gonna try.
Well, and
but
you
if
know
I
what?
felt like I could, I would be working my ass off every day to try to get there. And guess what? I would have a much better chance of getting there if I would be trying every day, because I actually got the belief that I can do something. Dude, my grandfather left his father's farm when he was 14 years old, drove 2 hours up the highway to Atlanta on a bus from 14, never went back home again. Now he lived to be 91, 92, got all kind of grandkids and had his own business, bought my granny a beauty salon. He didn't have no money.
What a blessing.
But it's not what a blessing, because so many other people have done the same thing, bro.
A lot of people haven't.
And
But who hasn't though?
So
Who
for instance,
hasn't?
so we're talking about personal experience, right? I moved out at the age of 17. You know what I mean? I did all right with my life.
Right.
But I'm not going to sit there and forget about them struggles and how hard it was compared to my son who's now 18, who's in college, working, has a job, I'm not done. Has a job, has a car, has a plan, has a goal. I'm not done.
What is that?
He has no
What
kids
is
at point in
that,
time. At 17, I had 2 kids. I had no. I
struggled.
wasn't ready for the world, bro. I don't care what nobody say. So at the end of the day is,
you still
what I'm
here.
telling you is this: I'm
But
an
you still
anomaly.
here, though.
I'm an anomaly.
No, you're not.
I am an anomaly.
Well,
What are you talking about?
Because everybody struggled,
Bro,
bro.
not
You
the
don't
same
get it.
struggle.
Like, you act like you the only person that struggled. Nigga, I'm struggling now.
Gentlemen.
Everybody
What the
are.
fuck is you talking about?
Everybody
I got a
are.
whole fucking business.
Everybody's
All kind of
struggling.
shit,
I
been having
understand
this
that,
for-
but I'm talking about
I've been having it, but
not
having
even
it
prepared for
forever.
the world yet. It's different when you already prepared.
You are prepared for the world.
No,
nigga.
you're not.
But it's a mindset.
What is you talking about?
Right,
I'm prepared
exactly.
for the
And
world.
that's where I was going with
what
that.
SMED is saying.
And that's what I was
he's
going
an
with that.
optimist, right?
Right.
He's an optimist.
That's right.
And what he's saying is that you are prepared if you believe you prepared, right?
That's exactly
But the
right.
struggle is,
Real.
in a white
The struggle is
supremacist
real.
society, right,
Yeah.
is that we indoctrinated to believe that we not prepared, right?
Right.
And like the brother was saying, like, I went through a whole struggle on dope and everything when I was young before I woke up and realized. And I look back now and I say, damn, all the shit, all the time I wasted on bullshit, chasing women and smoking dope and selling dope and all that shit that I could have been coming up. And now I'm 63.
You cut your potential.
And I'm struggling. Like my brothers, you know what I'm saying? I'm struggling.
We all struggling
in
though.
every area.
Everybody
of my
got their own struggle that they got their own cross to bear.
But I'm also talking about the whole dynamic of what we're talking about, where we're talking about us as a society. I want to talk about this 16. I'm saying mentally, financially, infrastructure-wise, we are infants compared to what they've already built. We don't have a railroad. Name 5 people who you know can go till land right now and then start planting food today, and then maybe we can stop going to the grocery store.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Every last one of us can go do that shit.
The bigger struggle is us.
Every last one of us
unifying to do it, right? That's the bigger struggle. Because,
That's facts.
Because all blacks don't think that we, we belong unified to take care of business, is what I'm trying to say, right?
Yes.
A lot of blacks in America say, you ain't my brother, you know what I'm saying? Or I ain't on that bullshit that y'all want over there, right? I'm a Republican, or I'm about the money, or, you know what I'm saying? So the struggle, Minister Farrakhan says, a lot of us in America, we whiter than white people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because we think like white folk,
people.
right?
Yes, we do.
You see, a lot of us talk black. A lot of the people that criticize me, right? Let me tell you, they talk black, but they think white, right? And so, as far as black stuff is concerned, I'ma always have an advantage over you because you think like a white man, right? I love the ghetto, right? Put that on Facebook, right? I love black people, right? I ain't trying to move out there for nothing. I'm trying to improve my lot where I'm at for my people. That's what we did with Liberation.
And that's where we are today, that young people need to understand the real struggle.
Yeah.
Right.
Now, because you got young people having young people, so the struggle, tomorrow is how I'm going to get a new pair of gym shoes.
Right.
Well, you ought to be struggling to open up a manufacturer and make your own gym shoes.
Exactly.
We promote so many rich people and being poor. But what we do have and what we live off is grandma's prayers. We are living in the grace. And when you live in the grace, you must bow down and be grateful and thankful and understand that people jumped off slave ships so that you can have the right to make the decision, because God gave us will.
Right.
He did not give us the Constitution.
So
when you got will,
there you go.
then you need to do what you supposed to do for your community. You are your brother's keeper. I am my sister's keeper. Until we learn that we are responsible for where we are today, because they have carried us. They have gone to the mountaintop. And we still down in the valley. We need to know to take that valley and build our own Jacob ladder. And whether we go to the moon or not, we create whatever God has for us right here. Because you are the people of choice. You're not the people of Ham. You are the people that have built this country. You are the people that have basically built the world, because out of darkness everything comes out. So when you do not know who you are, you have totally disgraced me. When a young man come up to me and say, I'm about the game. You don't even know the game. We created the game, and as the game keeps getting played, there's more men that's in it, there's more rules, there's more things that you have to adapt to, until young people come together and realize, Grandma said the dream is here, and you all have the tools. I wish that I had the tools that the young people have today, and powerful, and to walk in this place, and I'm sitting across a young man that did the struggle. I know his family. So, this young man is doing what the grace of God has allowed us to do at this particular time. We're living in the grace.
And history repeats itself, right?
Yes.
Because listen, there was one silver lining that I would like to say that happened out of segregation, was exactly what my brother is saying.
Yes, ma'am.
We banded together, We created our own currency. Well, you know what I'm saying? Like when it comes to making our own laundromats, our own stores, we had our own.
We call it bartering.
Right.
Right.
Black Wall Street, right?
Right.
But listen, but when they have rules in place that will keep it from a person like me who's a law-abiding citizen by the standard of law, I can't be a part of your army. I can't carry a gun based off of my record. Right. So who can I protect if there is a wash, right? Black Wall Street happened. Black Wall Street was destroyed, and then now we're at today.
Right.
And this all came during a point where it was legal to do so.
Yeah.
So when they start taking away these rights and saying it don't benefit me, I don't care about that. Right. But when those laws start knocking on your door and it's about something you got, something you possess, something you own, because they could have, Black Wall Street could just as well be T-shirt kings.
So, but let me ask you this though, bro. Since they burned Black Wall Street down,
bombed it.
Okay, since they bombed it down, does that mean never try it again?
Yes,
Did they say, we taught them niggas a lesson? They'll never do that shit again. Now they done won. Now everybody,
and that's where
community together again.
And that's where
come and bomb it down.
They have did that all through our lives.
Yeah, you gotta keep.
We
You
did
gotta
Roevswood. They
You
did
gotta
the Wall
That's okay.
Street.
Don't even worry about
And this is so important because the money that we keep spending out of our community. We're from Dayton, Ohio, the most innovative city in the United States and in the world that holds the most patents, still is. Because what we have did is we have educated and paid for all this stuff, and then we go somewhere else. We don't bring it back home. We need our educators to come back here and teach the children here and the communities and invest our money. We were so powerful. We created 5th Street, 3rd Street. They did things, black people here did things that black people never did anywhere
But
in the
Jews
United
also
States.
actually had something to do with that too, because let's not.
Well, they had Jews had a lot to do with a lot of
yeah.
stuff, and they had a lot to do with why we're in poverty today, because most of us are living in Jewish
agree
homes.
with that.
So they did not help us build wealth.
I
We
have
helped
to
them
go
build
back
wealth.
to what Sneed was saying, because at the end of the day, I was just saying that earlier, that it is all about our mindsets.
Absolutely.
I have to totally agree with you. Is
Yeah.
that when we talk about the past, right, we're kind of putting that negative spin on it, right? Not about how we are intelligent people, how we can get ahead, how we can do what we need to do. Get your butt up off your couch and do what you need to do to get your ass in gear. At the end of the day, it's your responsibility to pick up your damn trash from the back of your house, the front of your house. You need to take accountability and responsibility also for your own actions. Okay, nobody owes you anything, right? But at the end of the day, you do owe you. And so therefore, you know, and therefore, if you choose not to do something about your communities or what's happening in your communities, or even just do something for yourself, then ain't nobody's fault but yours. Right.
It's ours.
Yeah. So
well,
we are our brother's keeper.
We are our brothers, but once again, we still have
their privilege. They think they can walk around here with attitude. They have no respect for themselves.
But then it falls. Training starts at
home. That's what I'm talking about. It's
training starts at home, and at the end of the day, we owe it to not only ourselves. We do owe it to our children, right? We even owe it to our black businesses to support them. However, that being said, right, the black businesses wouldn't be here unless they chose to start their business.
I think
right?
Going back to the real quick, brother. I think going back to the brother's original question about rights and liberties, right? In order for us to do all of that, we have to protect those rights and those freedoms, right? Because you remember that we couldn't go to those schools to learn that stuff, to start that business, right? That's what put us at a disadvantage, because we didn't get access to those loans and those neighborhoods.
It was intentionally designed
and so it
that
was because of the fight for rights and freedoms that we were allowed to enter into those spaces where we could get that information, where we could empower ourselves. Right? They kept us at a disadvantage by denying us our rights. The civil rights movement was about our rights and freedoms. Right?
I agree with that.
And so when they start taking them, it might start over here like the brother said, Roe versus Wade, but now they're talking about Plessy versus Ferguson and Brown versus the board. And those are monumental
monument.
Yeah,
that
they are.
Which one
freed
is
us
Plessy
from the
versus
law.
Ferguson?
That's what happened in Ferguson, like the riots in Ferguson.
Right.
Right. Go ahead, bro.
That's a Supreme Court case?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
What is it? What's the decision? What is it?
They got some type of legalization of. It's basically like an anti-lynching bill, but not really anti-lynching bill. Is what my understanding was of it. But also, I mean, so my whole point to the whole thing was that if we continue to let it slip, ain't no telling where it can go. Because, like I said before, that Black Wall Street happened. Black Wall Street got burned down. Nobody was ever tried for it because it was legal for them to do so.
Right.
Now things are different because we have laws and stuff like that in place. But if they continue to do that, then we may be losing other rights and freedoms that we think is not even that big of a deal. Because that's how you get like an animal trap. You keep taking away its ox till it's in a corner.
Absolutely.
And that's what the Black Panther. A lot of people don't know the original Black Panther part, right?
There we go.
What they
Let's talk
did,
the origins.
what they did was they came about to protect people's rights under the Constitution and the Declaration of Independence, right? We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they're endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable or God-given rights.
Yes.
Those being life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, right? So when they began to take that away, right? When they begin to take those freedoms and liberties away. That's how totalitarian governments work, right? That's how they control people, by taking their rights away. And nobody prospers, you know what I'm saying, except those oligarchs, right? In places like some of those Eastern Bloc countries, right?
Yeah.
North Korea and places like that.
Right.
Those are oppressive systems, right?
Right.
And I do believe in socialism, right? If it's distributed right?
That is correct.
But oftentimes it's not. And so the American system, the Constitution that was come up with by, what's the white boys? Thomas Jefferson.
All the slave
and all those
owners.
cats, right?
All the slave
Hamilton,
owners.
yeah.
Understand the economics.
He said that's a noble document.
Yes, right.
It's a noble document,
Yes.
right? But we don't hold their feet to the fire, right?
Right.
We let them get away, and this Roe versus Wade, okay? If we let that pass, right, then it's just gonna snowball from there.
So it's
That's
really not
how-
really about abortions anymore. It's not really about, it's really about, there's some control issues.
I mean,
We got people that would sit up there, have been up there 30, 40 years, senile,
Oh
what
my
have
God,
you.
yes,
They're
they
getting
do.
these jobs that they are holding for lifetimes.
right.
You cannot, you don't come to my community. You don't go to the doctors and to the hospitals in these communities. You're sitting up there playing a god. This is what I have issue with the whole thing. You playing God with people's lives, and people take this very seriously. Now, I have issues with abortions, but I have issues with my rights. I'm not gonna have no abortion because I ain't gonna get. But I'm not, But my neighbor may have that. My her daughter may, and you can be raped, victimized again,
And
and
that's
you
my
are
point.
set to see your own issue in front of you. The hatred.
Yes,
I
that-
think foster care, because that's what
That-
black
Talk about
women
that.
That's what I'm
do
talking
in
about.
our community.
Yes.
See, the black women are the most powerful thing in this universe.
Absolutely.
We carry the world in our
100%.
womb.
That's
Yeah.
right.
And we take
That's right.
care of our children no matter what they say and what they show you on the
Right.
news.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
We don't always abort our children. Everybody go down to Mississippi or Alabama and have a baby and do what you had to do, and then she comes back and she continue to school while Aunt Hattie or whoever takes care of the child. But in our system, black women are taking care of black male, white children, and all babies. And there's no money in it. So when people say they're doing it for the money, most people that are taking care of foster children only get paid $1.77 an hour. And you got to feed and clothe and educate this person. So we really need to find out what's really the deal. You know, when we pull back and peel back the banana peel, what's really, really the deal? What is this going to really cost us as a society, especially in my community? You know, because we have the poorest health.
Yeah.
We have our wealth is the lowest. Hispanic people are doing better than us, and they fired and came in this country and did without firing a bullet and become United citizens. They're telling us, okay, now we're African American. Well, what they don't understand, I'm a Black American. I was born in this country. See, and this is how they're trying to teach us to get that we're still foreigners.
Right.
See, there's African American, there's Chinese American, Spanish American. Well, see, now all of them apply for their visas and become citizens. We were born here. We were kidnapped. I am America.
Facts.
I built America. My family, they are resting on the shoulders of Black people.
Right.
Wall Street can happen again. This is a little Wall Street right here.
That's exactly what I said.
This is what the young man was talking about. We got to pull up our bootstraps if you got some boots.
Ooh.
That's a bar.
We don't have no boots. We got the damn shoestrings, and it's called a noose. So we got to untie those shoestrings. You know when you walking, that our shoestrings get a knot in it.
No.
SMED don't think like that.
But that's okay, because I like how he thinks.
What I'm trying to tell you is, listen, if you don't have no challenges, you don't have a good story.
You don't.
And I know that we born with these challenges, but we still equipped, man. Like, the poverty and bullshit that we've been through has only made us stronger and built for the shit that we got ahead of us.
I agree.
Like, we can suffer through some shit and still maintain our sanity.
Right.
And we might have to go through some more shit.
Yeah.
But when we're galvanized together and we understand that, man, we done been lower than this before, let's galvanize. Like,
And so
for
what
example,
does
we like,
galvanizing
we
look
saying,
like to
we
you?
saying shit like, man, where we gonna get our electric from? Man, Thomas Edison's apprentice was the person who created this shit.
Exactly.
We are the engineers.
Yes.
They hijacked our patents, our inventions, our creativity,
Yes, they
and
did.
put their name on it. And they
That's right.
kicked us out and wouldn't even let us work in the factories and
That's
shit
right.
that was built on our invention. So what I'm trying to tell you is, we got the juice. We got it right here in our mind.
So
Like,
we need
and I
to
can't-
plug in to the other, because you know, for a battery to work, you gotta have a positive and a negative, then the battery will work. So when he says plug in, I mean, we got the juice. We really do have the juice. We really do have the power. We just don't have a power outlet.
But see the thing.
We are the power outlet.
Farrakhan teaches what you talking about. And the Black Panthers always taught self-determination through
Same
struggle,
thing.
right? Through struggle.
Yeah.
And I feel what you're saying, because, but I think the challenge for the original Black Panther Party and the reason why they moved away from revolution type talk is because the people were not ready for struggle, right? The mass majority of the people weren't prepared for that type of struggle. And I look at society now with all the comforts we have, like my kids, right? I got 10 kids. Right? You know what I'm saying? And all the nice stuff they like, right? And I just don't know if they gonna get out there and fight, right? I got 5 sons, right? And I fight harder than all of them jokers, right?
Right, I hear you.
'Cause they wanna floss.
It's hot.
Right. And I was like that too. So I'm not condemning them, because I had to come to, right? I always studied about the struggle, but you know, I don't know what you think about it.
I mean, to me, it is a focus thing. Yes, in a perfect world, in a vacuum, we got enough strong, smart brothers. We got
And
enough
sisters.
beautiful, eloquent women.
Yeah.
We have all the tools we need. The focus is what I'm thinking of. A lot of people just ain't there. I promise you. Right now, how many comments do we got right now? But let us be in here fist fighting, or let's not be in here twerking. Let's not be in here rapping. Let's not getting shot. Everybody gonna watch it.
Right.
So
facts.
that is my thing. When I think about the realism, is a lot of people like, what's the saying? Harriet Tubman could have freed way more slaves if they didn't realize that they were slaves.
Right.
We still got people that still sleep.
They are.
Right. Yeah, absolutely.
So I understand, bro. I want that. I want to be self-sufficient. I see it in our future, but it gonna have to take something big, groundbreaking. Maybe it is a part where it's like, okay, y'all niggas going back to segregation. Y'all niggas go.
Right.
Maybe it take that for niggas to wake up like, oh, wait a minute, I can't just go to the grocery store. Okay, well, let me go hunt. Because right now, I don't know how to hunt nothing.
I mean, they giving it to you.
I don't know how to hunt.
They giving you every reason. They giving you every
eat forever.
That's what I'm trying to tell you guys.
Yes,
they are giving you every reason to do the very things that we're talking about. Right. It's proper preparation prevents poor performance. And if we become prepared right now, our performance will not be poor. And so even though we don't got no comments, the people that's watching this, it could spark one person, two people. Get the right people talking. Like, man, it's little by little. Like if we was really concerned about people not watching this show, then we wouldn't even do it.
Right.
Because we like shit. But no, somebody is going to come and watch the show, and that's good enough for us.
Absolutely.
And we're going to keep doing this shit every day.
Yeah.
And we're going to keep building every day. And we're going to stay on our business, and we're going to teach one person by one. Look, bro, this is how you supposed to get your business. Do this, do this. This is how you can elevate. And then, man, we can educate ourselves.
Yes.
To me, that's just my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know that it's wickedness in this world. I know that it's a lot of people that think niggas ain't shit. But you know what? The other day I was at Bob Evans. This is a highlight of my life, too, by the way. I got my grandson in there with me, and we just chopping it up. White man sit across from me. Man, he get to talking about Joe Biden and how fucked up Joe Biden was. And let me tell you, I couldn't agree with him more. I was agreeing with every last thing that he said, right? But then I reversed the game on a lane, as I like to say. I said, but you know what? I said, man, go to one of these third world countries and see if you like that.
Right.
You know, if you don't like America, you can leave.
Wow. Good for
So
you.
while white people tell us to go back to Africa,
All the time.
I told him to take his ass back to where the fuck he came from.
All right. Good for you.
Right.
On another level. I mean, and what I'm saying is, man, we adopt this mindset that like, bruh, we in control here. Another point that I wanted to make to you guys is the Moors in Spain. You do realize that we was in rulership in Spain during the Dark Ages for 700 years.
China,
and we
Spain.
taught
That's
we
right.
taught them about electricity, about commerce,
Cleanliness.
about cleanliness,
Yep.
about
We did.
every human decency that
Yes,
they
we
have
did.
right now.
Yes, we did.
So understand,
Facts.
700 years to 400 years. We
have
still
ruled.
up 300 years on the rulership side in this modern era.
Right.
So and another important part about all of that is, you know, when the Moors went into Spain and got the rulership there, not one gunshot. We didn't kill one person. We didn't do anything. They gave it to them.
Ethiopia
They
did
said,
basically the
you
same thing.
got the juice.
Yeah.
You got the juice.
And
You know what you're doing. You take like honestly, our belief in the higher power, or however we feel like we being moved, man, he got us. But like, bro, like the things that you think you're gonna have to go through is just false evidence appearing real. You don't know how we gonna get control of this, man. White people hate each other so much, although they act like they're unified. The Democrats and the Republicans cannot stand each other.
Right.
They the blood in the crib.
They will fucking have. They will have another civil war that don't got one thing to do with niggas in this country.
That's
Right.
right.
We all saw the insurrection.
That's right.
It wasn't not one black person was there.
Man,
For 400 miles with no black person there.
and this ain't nothing that has to happen, but I am telling you the way that things are going and the divide amongst we don't even got shit to do with that in politics for real.
Right.
They will come in and destroy each other and be so weakened that we will easily walk into power.
I like that, brother.
That was hard.
I like that take.
That was hard.
That's something that because we really think about in terms of things changing for us. We think about something violent, right, or some type of struggle that where we just can't
Overmatched.
stand. We don't think in terms of And there's some stories like that in the scripture where God just made something happen.
Yeah. The walls of Jericho.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
God took them out, and we just went on into the prosperity. So I like
we
that
need to
take,
be
man.
prepared, is what he's saying.
So this is a great segue because so Liberation Park Inception, which is going to be a place for us all to meet up and start building together, man. Right. So the inception of Liberation Park. Can you give us the importance of Liberation Park and where it started?
Yeah. So where it started was I grew up in Daytonville. I grew up across the street from that park. When I was a kid, it was all houses in that space, right?
Oh.
Yeah. So my grandfather, Mr. Roebuck, was one of the people in that community that built that, helped get the narrative together to build the park, right? And so as a kid, that was a place where we went. We played ball there. We took the girls there. They had a baseball diamond. We played baseball there. And over the years, mainly during the crack epidemic, the park became affiliated with a negative narrative about that neighborhood and in general. And so people stopped coming to that area. We still lived in that same old house since 1970, 71 or so.
I've been there since the 1960s.
She was behind us on brand. And so when I started, when I got myself together, right, what I wanted to do was take the park back. Start with that nucleus, right, and create a positive area where we could rebuild the community around that. So myself and the brother that Mike Motley, who's the original Black Panther, we went to the park and we came up with a plan to rename the park Liberation. Liberation spoke to the liberation of Black people as a whole. Liberation spoke to that community being liberated from the crack and the guns and the violence. But liberation also spoke to my personal liberation because I was a crack addict. And when I was out there on the streets, I slept in that park. And so it was a threefold idea that we came up with to rename that park. And we started working with Jeff Mims when he was actually a city commissioner. And we got a group of people together. And the Earleys, her family is the Earleys.
Oh, the Earleys, yeah, I'm from the Earleys.
We the Roebucks, and so we were two of the oldest families in that area. And so we started having conversations. We went to D.C. back in August, and we talked the whole time about what we wanted to do with Liberation Park in that area. And so when we came back, man, we had already talked to Mayor Mills, and so he made that a reality for us. And so we kicked it off on Juneteenth. The Black Panthers, we sponsored Juneteenth for the last 3 years at that park. And so this year I got with these young ladies, and they really did a lot to help me organize that festival. We were the best Juneteenth festival. We were the best one because we was in the community. And the problem with a lot of these other festivals, I ain't hating on them, right? But Juneteenth belongs to us.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So Beaver Creek, y'all can have a festival, right? We don't mind Oakwood or Springboro having a festival, right? But the premier Juneteenth festival was in the hood, in the so-called hood amongst our people.
In the gym.
And so they put a lot of effort into it, man, and we made it happen. We dedicated the sign out there, and we going forward. We got some other projects we want to do on that space.
Did Beaver Creek actually have a Juneteenth festival?
Yes.
I think so.
Yes.
And you know what people don't realize, when they pass it, I'm so glad it was passed. But what we forget, when things are passed, we don't benefit from them. And what I mean from that is, if you're a federal government worker, they get all these days, and most of them are white. They get off with pay, and you got to go to work. Thank you.
No. We got a new term for that. Is I get to go to work. Not you feel me? Like I get to every day is a blessing, so I got to go to work.
Yes, you got to go to work.
But I
Get
think
to
it's
go to
bigger
work.
than
Yeah,
that.
I get to go to work. I get to.
You know, we live in a capitalist country, right?
Yes.
So they
capitalist, not a victim. Shout out to my boy Peanut Johnson, Cash Resources, man, capitalist clothing.
Yeah,
You
right.
heard?
Yeah, feel me?
Okay.
Feel me? You know what I'm saying? I gotta learn it to bring it back.
So they
That's what I
benefiting
did.
off the holiday, right? But see, my thing, I'm the Black Panther, so I can say some shit that can't nobody else say.
There you go.
I got that freedom to say some shit. Everybody don't like me. But
The
whatever.
freedom, the freedom.
Right? So my thing, what I was saying is that, first of all, these white communities, even the county, right? Give us time to establish our holiday before y'all co-op it. Because the Black Panthers is grassroots,
Yeah.
right? So we was passing the bucket to pay for it, right? They can just go into the pot,
Yeah.
right, and pull out a few $1,000s.
Little holiday fun.
And then they were like in Springboro, they had like 6 black acts, right? And they was paying them, right? And so my thing, one of the things I put on Facebook is that, you know, this the first year that's a federal holiday. All of these white surrounding counties had Juneteenth festivals, right? First thing is, on any other day we couldn't ride through there, right? Without getting pulled over and shit, right?
That's right.
But they gave us a pass on Juneteenth.
Right.
You know, the niggas can come
You
through
got
there
your slavery
on
pass.
Juneteenth, right?
Yeah.
But the
Let
other
me see them
part
papers.
that really
And we talk about the roller thing.
you know what? The other
freedom
part that
papers.
really
Freedom papers.
irritated me is that black folks went to those fests before they came to our fest.
Right.
You know, but it speaks to a bigger issue, though.
Right.
But because when I was a kid, most of the blacks in this area lived in Dayton,
Right.
in the inner city. It was a lot more people. So a lot of the blacks, especially the younger blacks, right, they grew up in Hugh Heights. So when we said Dayton View Park, they didn't know what we was talking about.
Right.
And so we gotta be deliberate next year of giving that history, right? On this show, on the Legendary Podcast, and telling them that Dayton View and west side of Dayton, that's the nucleus of black people in this area.
Yes.
So we want y'all to come and jump it off with us. The Black Panthers did security. You see what I'm saying? We had a barrier around the park, so you didn't have to worry about nobody doing nothing to us, right? And when we get together, it ain't always about fussing and fighting and cussing anyway. We know how to get together and have a good time.
No incident.
And
It was
celebrate our
beautiful.
holiday.
Right.
And I want to thank the city of Dayton also because we made
Yes.
them get on their job.
Yeah.
I mean, you
Yeah,
know,
they-
we had
they
2
came
women out
back.
there, and you know, we wear sandals. You gonna cut that grass, you gonna cut that
Absolutely.
grass right.
Yeah.
You're gonna paint that building, you're gonna paint that building right. You're gonna
Yeah.
fix that hole, you're gonna do that, and we were.
Yeah.
They came through. We
They
had
came
a
through.
parade.
Yes.
It wasn't a really big parade, but one of the ladies was teasing me because we had the gay pride in there, we had the women in Tilly's, we had some of the motorcycle people, the city trucks, we had the mayor, the city
Fire
commissioner,
trucks.
Shaw and Shanice Turner, and we actually had about 15 police cruisers that escorted us to the park, right? And a sister said to me, she said, "Damn, nigga, you got the police working for the Black Panthers." You know what I'm saying? So it was really nice. man.
Wars
You
in
know,
Spain.
Yeah.
Wars in Spain. The
Wars in
police.
Spain.
That's the beginning. The
Yes,
police
yes.
working for the
yeah,
Black
man,
Panthers.
It was,
Yeah.
it was like poetry, man. So,
Yeah.
yeah, we had a good time, man. And we look forward to these sisters. They dynamic, man. They not only help organize the fest, but they held me up emotionally. Because as a leader of an organization like this, it's very stressful. Get beat up a lot, even by my own people. Been doing this since 2007 when we actually started,
Yeah.
right? And so after a while, man, you get a little banged up, right? And so it's good to have people that
That's
God,
part of the struggle.
that God sent in your life, right?
Right.
That I prayed for some people, right? And they come and help me up, man. And so I got love for these sisters.
Man.
Yeah, that's what's up. To the
So-
queens.
Yeah, the Queen. So your cause. Let's talk more about your cause. So, yeah.
Early Vision Purpose Center.
There we go.
It has a purpose.
Right.
And the purpose is whatever idea that you have and whatever that you want to create, I'm going to give you the nucleus to do that. That is the purpose center. Our community need to be restructured.
Yes, agreed.
We buy old. And what I mean by old, we buy older houses and older cars, and you know, they have stand the test of time. We don't know how to fix them. We don't know how to, okay, some people can do drywall, but see, drywall's for the new houses. We need plasters. We need master plumbers. We need people to learn how to take care of our homes and our community. I don't think the majority of people, and I'm like a brother over there, I always want to be the cup half full. I believe in my community. See, this was called the Diadem. The Gem City was one of the most beautiful cities in the United States. Well, people have died off. People have no longer considered that anymore because we don't have nobody to tell us. When I was growing up, you was like, please, please don't be a litter bug. You know, we had songs, we had things to show us how beautiful our community is. And that's what Early Vision is really about. It started out when I was going to the Westside YWCA, and I used to watch those beautiful women come out with their pillbox hats and their beautiful cakes and this beautiful house. Not knowing 60-some odd years later that I would be the owner of it. That means I had a dream, I had a vision as a kid. It was instilled on me, dream big. And wait on it. Have a conviction that it will happen. Not the way you want to, because sometimes you feel like Dorothy. I feel like Dorothy in the Wizard of Oz. I have to go through all these channels, and then I have to meet the lion, then I meet all the people on the way. That life lessons. And the life lesson is always believe in your dream when nobody else will believe in you. When you go to sleep at night, you thank God that He gives you vision, even when you don't have sight.
There you go.
Have vision. So what I am just trying to do is open it up to the community and show what these women did in the 1800s and in the early part of the struggle, the real struggle. We don't know about no struggle. We don't know about no really starve, and you know what I'm saying? That they did something that nobody else can do. They bought property when women couldn't even use their surnames. You know, they made things happen. They bought the building, which is the Kunst Mansion, in the 1930s. And they revamped that building. Now it's on the National Register stating that it is the only building in Dayton or in this state in this world is built like that, with indigenous stone, Dayton limestone, which you know Dayton is some of the world's beautifulest limestone because we sit on a quarry here in Dayton, Ohio. We sit on the deepest quarry in the United States. So the stone come from there, and it was built by people like me. And people like me today owns the dreams of the women of yesterday. They were the voters. They were the suffragettes. They were the women that we have the ability to go out there and vote. They fought because, see, people didn't realize black men could vote. See, but Big Mama had the control of the household. So she made the women's suffrage movement. So a lot of that started here in Dayton. The first black Red Cross member. You know, anything, the first stuff, do you know that we are? So that need to be taught. But we have different skills and set. We live in a different world. But we still live in the old world because we live in old houses, and we need to learn how to maintain them. We need to learn how to give dignity back. It's nothing prouder than a man coming home and his dinner is cooked and his work has been done because he has done it for the community. We are people. We are our brother's keeper. It is important to learn that we are responsible. We're responsible for the trash, like my sister here always speaks about. We're responsible about the bad attitudes that you teenagers have. Get a longitude and come up and do better. We need to change our attitude. We need to change ourselves. We need to feel important, and we need to show what's important. And black men are really catching double HE hockey stick right now.
Yes.
You know, they really, truly are. And they're the most powerful things, black women, that we have on this earth.
Say it again for the people in the back.
We black men are the most powerful thing that we have on this earth, and we must train our black boys to be black men.
Say that.
We must train them black men. It is your responsibility when you wake up. Your dream is to make the community better. Because when you do that, it's generation, 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 generation. It is not about me. It's not about you. It's really about tomorrow. Because today that God give us is called what? The present. And tomorrow, when we wake up, it's called a gift. And if we keep messing up our gift, it'll come Christmas, we'll have nothing to unwrap.
I really love it like you say that, because like the whole inception behind Self Stock's Not Dope, which is my imprint, was because I have a daughter, right? And if I want my daughter to date somebody that's like me, respectful, and comes from this, you know what I'm saying? Like in her age pocket, I have to improve the people that are raising this child.
Right.
Yeah.
Right? It's the same thing when I see people saying, well, I don't care about stocks. I'm like, but you are a business owner, right? Yeah. Reach your information because your customers will have more money to spend at your business.
That's right.
It's like that quick way of thinking is something that gets us in so much more trouble. I mean, as my grandma always say, man, you can build your reputation up for 1,000,000 years and mess it up in a second.
That's true.
Amen.
And that's something I want to preach to the younger people. I don't want to say preach. I mean, it's real. Ask your cousin, ask your daddy, ask your brothers, whoever's locked up in your family. Go ask them if they wish they could have that little split second back. You know what I mean? And what we're providing here as a collective, you know what I'm saying? We all a fist together. You know what I'm saying? We all one finger to the fist.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, I may be the pinky every now and then. Smell like one of the thumbs. You know what I'm saying? Nah, but we all provide something to the ecosystem, and I think these conversations are healthy because we get a chance to work out those kinks. I mean, we got strong hair for a reason, right? You got to work that kink out. You know what I mean?
Right,
This is what we doing right now. This is hot comb right now.
That's it.
You know what I mean? So yeah. So I definitely want to.
No.
Please.
No, Liz wanted to say something. What did you want to say, Ralph?
I did want to say that Early Vision is hosting a tea party. And it's a tea heat party because I want people to do just what you're saying. See, this is how those women in the Westside YWCA created wealth.
Yeah.
See, people don't even know that Pineview was the first black suburbs. The women decided that we're going to do something and change it. And that was, people don't even know, that's where the stagecoach came through on Germantown. It is important. So that they had tea parties to raise money to put bookmobiles, to do mental health, to do having doctors where they came to the facilities and took care of our community. So this is the fundraiser that Early Vision do every year to raise money and basically to raise awareness.
Yes.
And they did everything on the TV. Everything has been discussed and demanded in our war has always been done over food.
Amen.
So we're going to do a tea party, and I want to invite your viewers and check out earlyvision.org. It is most important that you see what we're doing because we're on your side. But we have to do things a little different.
Absolutely.
And I just wanted so I wouldn't forget that. And Sister Baby Solution has been a great help to me and her organization, and I guess I'll let her speak about that.
Glad you gave me the floor. Moment.
We're going to run out of time.
I agree, right? So basically, my struggle, or I won't even call it a struggle, my moment of realization came when I was literally riding from Trotwood over to West Dayton, right? And I took the James H. McGee route. And I saw these...
Dayton's first black mayor.
Yes, that is correct. And so when I saw this trash and these things on our streets and in our alleys, I instantly started crying.
Wow.
Believe it or not, I started crying. I'm like, all this time I've been looking at this and I've been conditioned to accept the conditions of our situation, right? And I instantly said, I have to do something, right? So I called a couple of friends and basically they came and we got the organization started. that being said, once I got into this, I realized there are many organizations out here that's actually cleaning up our streets. Right?
Yes.
And so, that being said, then the next question became, well, why do we continue to do the same thing? Right? So then it becomes about the mindset, about, the issues that we in our minds. And that speaks back to what you were talking about. We have self-hatred,
Yes.
right? We don't feel, once again, that we don't deserve better, right? Even though we can do better, we have chosen otherwise, right? But that being said, I know, like you guys said, it takes one person or 2% or 1%. We don't care. As long as you have decided to make some type of change in your life to deal with the issues of the plighted buildings and the overgrown fields, right? They don't understand that this is actually psychological, financial, and physical, right? When we talk about these same conditions, we talk about the property value going down instantly, right? When we talk about these same conditions, we're talking about the mindset. Now I'm going out looking at disparities, right? So what do I have to look forward to? And then we're talking about physical, the same situation. You get rats, rodents, depending on the plighted building and what's all in that, and then you're getting into your ground. So now you're talking about health issues. So Sister Baby Solution wants to bring awareness that it's not just about the trash, right? It's deeper than that, right? It's just one of the many issues that we as a people have, right? And so we must change the mindset. We have to. You guys, what you're doing is like very powerful because it has to be out there, and we don't. And this is part of our society's problem. Everybody became hypersensitive, right?
Oh God!
Get your ass up off your damn couch and clean up your damn area.
Your ass right now.
Get up.
I mean,
Take your
at the
phone
end
with
of
you.
the day, because this is a reflection on you, right? We get upset when we talk about police brutality and we talk about whites coming in killing the blacks, right? We got like a 3% of that and 30% of black on black killing. Who the hell does that? Right? But you're not out on the street protesting those issues, right? You're okay with protesting the police, and no, I'm totally against. We're all against that, right? So don't think that we're out here saying, oh, it's okay. No, the hell it's not. But we are saying that, damn it, you want to protest about black on black killings, right? You want to protest about these damn overplighted buildings or these plighted out buildings or these overgrown fields or this trash in your communities, right? That's going to keep you in a disparity type situation in the mindset. Change your mind, right?
That is so powerful, but then it makes me think about the discussion we had yesterday when me and Bro SMED was looking at the numbers. And that's not the number one killer of black people. It's not black on black. It's not cops. It is actually abortion.
Oh, he come back there.
And the numbers were, it wasn't even close. And I mean,
no, go ahead.
I'm always conflicted when it comes to that anyway. But that is something that's glaring to me. But I definitely understand what you're saying when it comes to awareness. I went to the Northwest Priority Partnership. I did that. It was 4 weeks where we all met up, and when I originally did it, it was just like, I want to be a part of the dignitarians that, what I'm saying, that are making policies, and I want the input there.
Right.
But when I went there and I saw how many people were there that did care, it reinvigorated me. I mean, we broke into several groups. You have one group that's working on children activities, or another person working on beautification, another person working on trash.
Right.
You have all these different teams attacking things, and then at the end of it, they said there's another satellite group working somewhere else. So I'm like, we have no idea we have the resources, and that kind of gave me the thing like, well, I can be more beneficial to the movement by me highlighting these places, highlighting these people, putting these people on here to talk about it, because we have, as Smith said earlier, and I like arguing with Smith, but we have more than enough, actually, right?
Right.
But it's all about the focus and get people to do it,
The
and
mindset.
that is the main thing. It's
Right.
the mindset.
It's the mindset. Absolutely. Yeah, we have to change our mindset. Because if we don't change our mindsets, then we're going to stay in the same situation.
Absolutely.
And there's no movement going to happen. Right?
Right.
So, Donald, what is those 3 words you love to say? Is it apathy?
Now, when the Black Panthers first started, they said, Huey told Bobby, there are 3 things that we up against in the black community. And those are apathy, ignorance, and inertia. So a lack of motivation, a lack of knowledge, and a lack of movement. And those things are still, that's our struggle right now.
That's
you know what I'm
it.
saying? So, yeah, so that's where we at. And we getting old in the game trying to solve it. I ain't they still young.
All right. So, I did look back and to some of the charitable things that you guys have already done, such as the turkey giveaways and things of that. What other things you have coming up in the near future?
Well, we're gonna still be working around Liberation Park. We do like a monthly food giveaway, and like I said at the beginning, one of the things we trying to do now, in concert with our new direction, is foster peace amongst leadership in Dayton. Right? There's anybody. I'm writing a book called Inside the Struggle. Right?
Okay.
And in the book, and I talk about what's going on without naming names, you know. Not yet anyway. Let's sell it, and I'm telling on here.
I didn't see something on your post. I was like, who was he talking about? This?
Right.
Yeah,
Well, I done got changed. You know,
we ain't gonna do that yet.
But there's a struggle amongst leadership in Dayton. Okay?
Yeah.
And especially around election time, people divide up in camps. And we've gotten to the point in this country where if I disagree with you, right, then that's a burned bridge. We can't disagree without, and stay friends more.
Right.
Or less,
I come back to the table and
or understand that we have different points of view. So there's a lot of schism going along between the black leaders in Dayton, right? And a lot of people don't want to deal with it, but we've been trying to galvanize people to deal with. And one of the things we've uncovered is that the trauma, that all of us have experienced trauma, right? And so those personal issues plays into your politics, right? Everything is filtered through your personal experience, through your
character
junk,
flaw.
right? Yeah, so when I got off the dope, right, I had to deal with my issues before I could go forward, right? But the dope was just a symptom of a deeper problem.
Yes.
So I had to go back and see, why am I smoking all this dope? You see what I'm saying? And why am I running around? And so we trying to create that kind of narrative amongst leaderships, because we got a lot of leaders that they human, man, and they went through things. So that's kind of where we at now, man, as far as we working on that. We supporting Liz with the Tea Party and Catherine with her issues, and shout out to Janelle Berry, who couldn't be here. She kind of helped hold us up during the festival while she was
And Brother
sick.
Muhammad, let's not forget
Brother
Brother
Muhammad.
Steve.
Oh yeah, Brother Muhammad for sure.
He's
Yeah.
part of this crew.
Yeah. Okay.
And so we trying to help Janelle get her thing off the ground. We want to do. We utilizing Gym City Marketing. We want to do like a support group for leaders, so they can come together and do what we're doing right now.
I'm glad, like you said that, because like at my house last year, we actually had the opportunity, like the actual advantage of interviewing him and getting his whole life story. Right. And one thing he said to me that stuck with me, and it is always something I think can always be the table for us all to sit at. It's our shared future, right? If I'm throwing trash outside of your house, your property value gonna come down to the point where you probably can't, you be upside down on your loan or something like that. So now you stressed out and you go to a job and that little butterfly effect could literally cause other terrible things that we all have this shared future. We all in the same boat moving together. So when you say that we have, leaders who have character flaws, I understand that. But that table that we need to come back to is always our shared future.
That's
Amen.
That's it.
That's right.
And if we could see things from that standpoint, man, we could go somewhere.
If people can watch me and SMED argue like this and we be best friends after this, it's hope for y'all, man. Listen.
Yeah, I mean,
it's hope for y'all, man.
We go at
Let's be hope for
Hey, man, it ain't easy working with these women. Like,
I gotta work with SMED. So they're like, man, he's like, man, I put this light here just so you couldn't look at me today.
but it's all good.
That's all good.
We love y'all for having us.
I mean, I think something to think about is just that iron sharpens iron, man.
Yeah.
You know?
Yes.
When we all sit around here and agree with each other, that ain't really a for real discussion.
No.
But
Yeah.
the things that you were saying, like, I also take into what you guys saying and learn from you guys.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Like, as we should.
Yeah.
Right.
So I don't want to be so stubborn with anything that I'm like, I got all the answers. Nothing. I don't even need to listen to what anybody say because I got it all figured out. When obviously you guys have wisdom from your own life experiences and y'all are sharing it with me. It's like, bro, listen to what they saying and then learn from it and then put that in your bag too so you'll be more well-rounded, you know. So
Right.
I was thankful that you guys was gonna come on because that's major. The Black Panther chapter came through, and like when your organization and just you guys' presence and y'all are elders.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, you are my elder. You know, and you done been through, you seen some things. And man, that's stuff that you can just reach out to me like, bro, you got to look out for this because I seen this happen before. You know, and it just put me on guard for me to just tighten up, you know what I'm saying, and be ready for whatever to help the preparation.
And we can also learn from you guys too, right? Because that's how it works, right?
Yeah,
Because
exactly.
everyone has something to offer,
Yeah.
right? And so if we're willing to listen to each other, then we can possibly learn a lot and grow so much faster and, you know, just so phenomenally. Like, we are very powerful people. I love the fact that we are the only people that you take two dark people, right? And we can make blue black, or we can make pink, which is albino, right? And everything in between. How powerful is that?
Yes.
How freaking powerful is that? You know, like he said, we have invented, they took our inventions and patented them. Right? We know these things, right? So we're very intelligent people. And all we have to do is know who we are. I like Lion King when he tells Simba, "Know who you are." I love that. But that being said, I also am given a beautification right here at the old YWCA on July the 9th, right? And so we felt like it was a way to beautify, to bring back part of our history, claim our neighborhoods, and to just, you know, bring our communities together and let them know the importance of that why that she has, right? And so my team is going out, and we're going to bring others, hopefully, to join us, like the Black Panther Party, as well as other organizations. And so, you know, to get them to galvanize, to go in, help get that area beautified so that she can have a lovely tea party.
There we go.
So we work together. So you have at least three, and with the other two, it's like 5 organizations that we all work together. We're like family, like a mini family, right? Yeah. And so this is part of that unification that Donald was talking about, is unifying it, and that we showing. Right, we can show you better than we can tell you that we can work together, and it does work. Even if we are our own organization, we're still all together, right? And we'll all work together to make a better place.
And that is so amazing. And first of all, I like the term tea party anyway, because tea party is taxed enough already.
There you go.
right.
You know what a tea party is about.
So here on the Legendary People Podcast, we have this thing called Butterfly Effect. Either somebody said that in the course of the interview or something I found in the course of my research that I found was truly profound and amazing.
Okay.
When we first came in here, you know, I was one of the biggest pessimists in here when it came to that. But right here in the speech where you said, we are, we will, we shall. Those is exactly what my brother say, where you think, what was it? You attract, what was it?
Vision plus action equals attraction.
Yeah. So with us verbalizing it, our words are vibrations. I remember this one time we had we had a microphone that was messed up in here, and we'd say one word, and that word would echo into infinity.
Wow.
So just imagine the words we put out there I mean, the words are spelled for a reason. Spell, right? A spell.
That's correct. That's
A spell,
correct.
right?
That's correct.
So all the words that we put out to this universe. Oh yeah. So for instance, it was one time we had a child outside in the lobby area, and the mama said, "Man, he just bad. He just bad. He just bad."
Yeah.
Smed noticed it. I went out there. Smed was kind of done with her because she, you know how some sisters are, right? So I'm out there while he's doing. I'm like, man, you good, man, you a good boy, you a good boy.
Right.
Then he sat down.
Right.
You know what I mean? So our words become us.
That's right.
And what we have done here today is going to be the greatest thing that we've ever done.
Yes.
Because we get a chance to get your viewpoints, my viewpoints, all together for someone to watch and record and literally take this and be the midget standing on our giant shoulder.
Amen. Right. And we appreciate you
really
having
do.
us. You know, we really enjoyed this. You know, I've been talking to Donald for a while and Liz, and when I tell you, you think you getting some stories, bro, get one phone calls at 1:30 in the morning. Right? Oh, sis. Right? Yeah. The struggle is real. And then I call her and I'll be like, yeah, Donald said the struggle is real. Really? Yeah, really. So, you know, but that's what family's for, right?
Exactly.
And that's what we're supposed to do for each other. That, you know, clearly it was something so important for him to literally make that call.
Yep.
And I thank the universe that I was able to pick up that phone and say, what is it that you need, my brother? What is it that you need, my sister? We always are supposed to be here for each other.
You know what's so amazing? And you know, and y'all hear me say this all the time, I don't like negativity.
Right.
At all. Because unless you travel the world and see how people really
Oh my
live,
God, that's all behind
you
us.
have nothing to complain about.
Yeah.
But one thing I can say that what we have done, when people say black people don't get together, organizations don't get together, in my yard, it's about 4 acres of land that's cleaning up, and we were doing, I had the Black Panthers, the Nation of Islam, the Street Soldiers, Black Lives Matter, Early Vision, Sister Baby Solution. All those organizations came together and did what nobody else was able to do. And I hurt my arm, but we held the arm and I took a picture of Black Power. And it's on the National Register. That's showing that black people can and do and has come together to make a change. So we need to stop saying we don't, because we really, truly do.
Absolutely.
You know, we can see each other in Rome, and a black sister and a black, we walking down the street, I see you. You know, we identify the struggle.
I always get that nod when you see me.
I see.
I see.
And we must respect one another, right? To say negative things about you is saying negative things about me. To say that, you know, I'm hating on you, then I'm hating on myself, right? I have to love you and be proud of everything that you do because I know I love me, right? I love me some me, and I'm very proud of me.
We got a question for you guys on YouTube, and then we'll wrap because we got our next segment getting ready to happen. But look, Curious Energy said, are there any young Panthers or any Cubs in training?
Good
Great question.
That's a good question. I was the founder of this chapter. Me and a guy named Joe Chewy and Jeffrey Dixon, they both passed away. And so I served as the chairman up until last year on Juneteenth, on African Liberation Day. And so I stepped back and became the chief of staff, and I put a black female, Allison Youngblood, in the chairman's position. And I also promoted 2 young brothers. John Hicks is the defense minister. That's a lateral position with the chairman. So when we're out in the field, he's the chairman. And he's 27 years old. And then Daquan Edwards, he's around the same age. He's the field marshal. Got another guy, Trey, that's around that age. He's a field marshal, and then Danny Smith is one of the field marshals. They're all in their 20s. And actually, they're former Crips and Bloods, or they were affiliated with the Crips and the Bloods, so we took them out of the games. And we've utilized members of the Gangster Disciples and the Dayton Youth Hustlers,
Yeah.
So those are my young Panthers.
Yeah.
They have their own security company now. Stay Dangerous, they call themselves.
That's all right. I always tell people to say stay and dangerous. I always say that.
But did
So
you answer the
they,
question?
They do security for the clubs and stuff. So we do have quite, and I'm moving more towards a retirement and putting empowering those young people
Yeah.
to take over because we want to continue it.
That's right.
So how can she get in contact with you in order to link and figure out how she can be a part of what you're doing?
She can just call me, man. 937.
I'm gonna put the number in the chat real quick.
251-7048.
937-251-7048.
Yeah. The FBI already got my number. It's always
Facts.
It's public
Facts.
knowledge anyway, you know, so they might well have it too. So, yeah, and that's what we trying to do, build up and get more young people in there so, you know, I can get a rest.
For sure.
There it is.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. So won't y'all give us just like a good old 30 seconds closing and words of wisdom, and then we're gonna start with the queen.
Oh, thank you. This was an honor and a pleasure to get to know both of you, or get to talk to you, and to be here. These are my two mentors, by the way, right? So I chose them when I chose to come into this field.
You in good
right?
company.
I am, right? You're talking 60 years between these two, but I really did learn a lot. I always learn a lot when I'm with these two. But most of all, I'm really proud of you guys. But I'm proud of what I do, and I'm proud of what they do. And anyone that is doing anything, you know, you can join an organization. You can start a podcast. You can do whatever it takes to bring awareness to the issues that we as a people face, right? But the main thing is just get up and do something.
There you go.
Right? To say nothing and to do nothing is to be complicit, and that's my saying. So there you go.
There it is. That's wonderful. Queen.
Well, I just think that, like she said, it is time to wake up, America. Black America, wake up. Nothing comes to a sleeper but a dream. Wake up and see the vision. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. And you're beautiful. And you need to know that.
Yeah.
Right.
I just like to end with saying, love your people, love being black, love the black community, love the so-called ghetto, love poor people. We love poor people, right? And so we try to encourage that. I think one of the major problems in the world today is that poor people get blamed for everything. And that's a lot of the struggle is over, are we going to provide for the poor or not? You know what I'm saying? Even the Roe versus Wade issue, it's all about, the haves and the have-nots. So stay black, stay strong.
Stay dangerous,
Stay
baby.
dangerous, baby. Stay revolutionary.
For sure, man. Oh, man, be a capitalist, not a victim, man. Self-stock, not dope. Every Sunday, 8 o'clock p.m. SMED, you want to pay a couple bills? Man, we can slide.
T-shirtkings247.com. Go for your mouth and Camera King Studio Super Sale on T-shirts for the summer. 50 shirts for $250, man. You guys come through and see what's going on. Coming up next, we got the BBL podcast, so that's going to be real sweet. So, yeah, we'll get with y'all in just a few minutes. And, man, we love everybody, man. Thank you to my family for coming through and dropping it. Anytime you guys want an announcement, anytime you guys want to drop something new or talk about any social issues, this is y'all's place. This place is out, for the community. You know what I mean? For real. Anytime y'all got something to come and drop or talk about, I don't care what it is, we gonna rock with you.
And tell people don't buy no more T-shirts at Walmart. Come here and buy them because we need the wealth in our community.
Amen. There you go.
For sure.
Thank y'all.
Thank you guys.